Why are you crying?
She said, "Can you eat pork at home?" I said, "No." What's your good side?
This side.
Okay. All right.
I'm Kathleen Garcias. I'm 27.
My name is Dindo Garcias. I'm 28 years old. I've been with Kathleen for 5 years.
I would describe our marriage as a godsend and a once-in-a-million opportunity to be with someone like Dindo. Oh, wow. Do I look like a minion?
No. You're a beautiful minion.
Kathleen, can you hear me? Kathleen. Cool. You ready, Dindo?
Bring it on. It was in Barbados. We both work in a cruise ship, and I was doing luggage. She's an entertainer, and that's where I met, Barbados.
What was your first impression of her?
The most beautiful girl I've ever seen in my life.
We were working on a cruise ship, and I saw Dindo, and I was like, oh, he's cute, but I gotta go. So then I ran off. Later that night, I went into the restaurant, and I saw him there in his tuxedo. I just had tunnel vision on him, and my heart was racing. I was like, okay, God, what are you trying to tell me? Why am I so drawn to this person? I think he said that he was like, oh, who's this new girl on the ship? And that he was shy around me. Is that what you said?
I said, you're the most beautiful person I've ever seen.
That was your answer?
Yeah.
Aww. The contract came to an end our first year of dating, and I had to leave the ship and he had to stay.
We were in London, and I was so sad because it's her time to go back to America.
Dindo had to work that day, so he got on the taxi with me, and then he was like, I'm gonna be late for work, I have to get out.
I said goodbye, my last goodbye, in a taxi.
And we were both crying, and it was just a horrible goodbye.
I thought that that's gonna be the last time for that contract that I'm gonna see her. I was so sad. I was just in the room crying and just crushed. She felt the same way, and she's like, we can't say our goodbye like this.
Went outside, hailed a cab, got in the car.
And then there's still traffic, get off the cab.
And I was crying and running in a dress and heels, and then one of my heels broke. And I was like, wow, obviously I really love this man, this is crazy. So I go down, I run down the stairs, I bang on the door.
And I opened the door and I saw her, and I was like, oh my gosh, you're here. And I just broke down on my knees crying. And if that's not love, I don't know what it is. And I know that I'm gonna marry her.
That's kind of when I realized this is something I'm willing to fight for. I'm willing to lose everything in my life to be with this person. So Dindo and I obviously met on a cruise ship, and there's this stigma with shipmances that it's usually just a fling, and I actually had my boss bring me into a room when she found out Dindo and I were dating, and she said, I just don't think it's a good idea. On top of that, when we left the ships, Dindo had to get a visa, and he was denied. And that was the most devastating thing for both of us. And then we spent both of our life savings on lawyer's fees. Dindo left everything to come to America to be with me. He left his family, his language, his culture. He had to quit his career. He had to basically start from scratch. And I can't believe he did that for me.
You only live once, and I can't live without her. Because when I move back to go back to the Philippines after my contract, I'll be with my family and my friends, but my heart is missing something. I need to just lay it on the line and trust this love that we have.
It makes me feel not guilty, but I do feel sad because his family is extremely close like mine. They weren't able to be here for our wedding day, and that's the proof right there of his sacrifice.
They understood that I'm just doing this for love, and it's hard, but it's all worth it. I don't know. I mean, everything's great. Maybe just because we want to have kids. Emotionally, we are ready. Financially, I don't think we're ready. So I think that's like, we both have baby fevers every time we see children or babies. But we need to be patient and we need to be smart about this because we want to provide the best to our future babies. I think that's it.
If you ask me what's the hardest thing about my career or other aspects of my life, I could like give you a huge list, but Dindo's my constant and my support in life. I don't think there's anything hard about being with Dindo.
You're the best thing that happened to my life. You're everything. You said before that you had problems before, or like, you know, things of trust, but I'll always be here through thick and thin, till death do us part. I'll never leave you. I'll always be here. You're everything. I love you.
We're gonna tell you.
What?
Do you want to tell them with the headphones on or the headphones off?
I guess headphones off. I just want to tell you thank you for all of your sacrifices and for turning your world upside down to be with me. And I know we talk about this a lot, but this really is like the best part of my entire life ever. And all of the struggles that we faced, we've gotten through together. And you've never once let me down, ever. And you're the best thing that's ever happened to me. And thank you for finding me. Thank you for staying with me. I love you. Wanna kiss me?
Seal with a kiss. Hold on.
Thank you guys for the free therapy session.
I'm so alone. And cut. Thank you for checking out another episode of Both Sides. In the comments below, if you think you should be in season 3, if you have a story worth sharing, let us know and maybe we'll give you a call. In the meantime, subscribe here and watch more videos. Y'all know the deal. Peace out.